Well, the holidays can be a stressful time, and family members with different viewpoints can get together. Sometimes the celebrations can turn into tense debates, but there are ways to work through them. Here to tell us how is professional mediator Diane Faber and Wendy Heimann-Nunes, an entertainment lawyer who is also co-founder of a group called Rise Up. It's trying to bridge divides. Good morning to both of you ladies. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
How did you guys come together and form this organization?
Well, actually, Diane is a guest of ours. My co-founder, Stacy, and I formed Rise Up as a direct response to the presidential election. We noticed that the election had people in our community very concerned, concerned for themselves, their community, and the future of those things that they value. So we wanted to create a portal for inspiration, support, and calls to action, a way for people to get plugged in and do meaningful political engagement.
Yeah, we've had a lot of tense debates, of course, after the election, and now the holidays are upon us. Some of those dinner time conversations can get a little heated and people can get carried away sometimes. How do you encourage people to keep the peace and remain civil?
Well, let me say that as a mediator, I start every day with people who are locked in an intractable conflict. There is bravado and grandiosity, there's resentment, fear. A company could be on the line. It's serious business issues and a lot of legal fees already spent. So everybody joins me in a very tense state. And the reason Wendy asked me to come in is to talk about what we do as a mediator to sort of get people into a mode where they can communicate positively together. And it's a lot of advanced planning. So as an example that I could give that might apply to people setting up a big holiday gathering is find out who's coming in advance. How many times do we worry about a particular person who doesn't even show up? Or maybe someone's coming that you weren't expecting, someone you love, a dear person that you can focus on something positive. Another tip that I do is if I have a formal table, is I plan a seating for the table. So that people feel safe to begin with, and we may mix it up. And you know, when you're at a holiday table, at some point people get up and they move around and they find where. But if they start out feeling safe, they're going to relax into the party. The last thing I would offer in advance is to establish ground rules for the party or the gathering. If you have people coming from red and blue states together, you could say in advance, no politics at the table. You know, and that way. If someone starts to get into something that's going to set people off, anyone can say, oh, I think we're not allowed to talk about that. And then most people, if they know a rule has been set in advance, they'll just back off and let it go.
That.
That's right. And you can move on to who's engaged or who's having a baby, or the things that you really get together to talk about.
Yeah. And so what kind of toolkit do you provide to people?
Well, we have put together about 20 tools that we're distributing of just simple things that can be done in advance, and just to have people start to think about how they want to relate. Why are we getting together?
Right.
It's not to fight about the election.
Right.
And what do we want to accomplish? Sometimes we suggest giving people something to do that they're doing that isn't, you know, that distracts them. You know, and what do we all share?
A game maybe or something.
Yeah, I mean, I recommend a game. Sometimes there's a craft thing, something that people can do with their hands. And of course, everybody likes food and pie, and there's things to do in the kitchen. And that can draw people away from their sort of combative selves.
Yeah, I'm hosting a holiday dinner, and I actually thought this year I might just say, let's not talk politics. And so that's not rude for the host or hostess to say, is it?
No, I think the hostess or host has the right to say, make any rules they want.
Lay down the rules.
And enforce them in a lovely way. Hey, you know, we decided not to talk about that. And most people will back off. But ultimately, if it becomes too heated, it's okay to say uncle.
Yeah. And as I say, don't say the uncle from the crazy uncle from the red state, though.
Well, tell me about Monday's Rise Up event.
Sure. So all of our events have one element that's about support, one element that's to inspire, and one element that's a call to action. So Diane will be providing the support element, and she'll be expounding on the mediation toolkit for people to enjoy their holidays and avoid the conflicts. We're going to have beautiful music, and then Tara Slavin, who's the deputy director from the LGBT Center in Los Angeles, is going to make a presentation talking about issues that the LGBT community is concerned about facing in the next administration and what we can do in the community to help them in a meaningful way.
Very good. Good
We
insight.
also have a little special treat for folks coming. We have a special Santa Claus, shall we say.
Awesome. Well, we'll look forward to that special treat. Ladies, thank you so much for
Thank
being
you
here
so
and
much
lending
for
your
having
insight.
us.
It's important we all remember just why we're coming together is to be together, right?
That's
Not,
right.
Not to fight.
The fabric of our country is
Yeah.
our friends and familial relationships, and we can't let politics tear that apart.
Perfect. We'll leave it on that note. Thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
here again. The Rise Up event is tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. It will be held at the Sherman Oaks Women's Club on Kester Avenue. You can get more information at riseup.la. And we will be right back.